Welcome back to Nuka-World, Scavers, Wasters, Psychos and others. Are you ready to climb your faction's ladder and fight for control of the attractions? Let us help you understand the rules here. Just remember to watch your back if you're going for our home turf. Today we will be looking at the rules for engagement and proximity. Simple subjects, but you might learn a trick or two today. But first, let's welcome our volunteers for this demonstration. We have a super mutant, a mutant hound, and a member of the operators. They will walk us through a range of situations that will clarify the rules. Now to start with, the hound and the operator are going to demonstrate engagement. Right, so now the hound and the operator are unengaged. You see, it's easy. They're quite away from each other. And now, they are engaged. How do I know it? Do you notice the difference? Yeah, it's quite simple. The bases are touching. So, to sum it up, base is touching, engaged. Base is not touching, not engaged. Or unengaged. That's basic stuff, but this status is going to determine what actions you can perform. There is just another thing you need to know. You see, you can't just position your models anywhere near opposing models. That's just because of a little something called proximity. Proximity is an area extending 1 inch all around the base of an opposing model. Your models simply cannot enter this area unless they are moving into engagement. So what does that mean? That means that the super mutant hound could not be in this position because that is within proximity of the operator. They could be engaged, they could be unengaged, but they cannot be within 1 inch of each other. Now I hear you wonder, well, that's all good, but how can we use this proximity to create mischief? Well, it's quite simple. By positioning models in key locations like in corridors or around corners, you can deny the opposing crew access to some areas. So we're going to set up an example and then you'll see exactly what I mean. In this example, we have a super mutant hound hiding behind the corner of the Nuka-Cola building. Now the operator would like to go past the mutant hound. In this case, that is not going to be a move that the operator can take, simply because although there is physical space for the operator to go past the super mutant hound, the operator would have to go through the proximity of the super mutant hound. So that move is not an acceptable move. The operator cannot go past the super mutant hound. But just remember that proximity does not go through solid walls. So in this case, there is no issue with the operator being within 1 inch of the super mutant, simply because they are separated by a solid barrier. In this new example, the super mutant hound wants to go past the operator. Now obviously that is not possible because of the proximity around the operator. However, a key rule to understand is proximity disappears once a model is engaged. So with the super mutant engaging the operator, the super mutant hound can then walk past the operator. So what's the rule? When you want to go past an opposing model that is blocking your way, just send one of your grunts to engage that model and then just walk past it. You could also use this to make sure that some key models are engaged in melee and have got no chance of backing off. In this case, the operator has got no way of backing off because the operator would always end up within the proximity of another model. So now that we understand the rules, let's look at a table that shows us which actions we can take when we are engaged and which actions we can take when we are unengaged. and we'll go through all his actions in future videos. So keep tuned and make sure to come back. So just before going, let's give a big round of applause to our volunteers who have helped us to demonstrate all those rules. Big round of applause to them, and we'll see you back in Nuka-World very soon, but keep out of our patch.